Greetings, greetings, greetings. Good evening. I am Nicole Everett, the host of Conversations with Nicole, a talk show based in Tallahassee, Florida, focused on connecting the community through conversations. And today is Wednesday. It's what I call What Women Want Wednesday. And I have a very special guest with me tonight. I did not promote this show at all. I mentioned it on Monday, on Man Up Monday, that I might have my mom on. So I was really gonna not do it because I've been cooking and trying to prepare for Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving Eve, but I said, hey, let's seize the day, seize the moment, even though I haven't promoted this. But since I am here with her, I thought this would be cool. This would be fun. So as usual, I want to hear from you all. So in the comments, put your city and state, and I'll give you a shout out. Hope you all are doing well and preparing to spend time with friends and family and loved ones. I see you, Shayla. She's talking about hey, mommy.
Mhm.
All right. So, yes, you did just see us over here helping us prepare for tomorrow. So, yes. Yes, yes, yes. So, for those of you who are not aware, this is my mother, my madre, my chica is what I call her, chica. We call each other chica. And so, I got to give a shout out to Kyla Lacey, who I saw do a Q&A with her mom some years ago. And actually, we actually already did this before back in 2016 when we were in Cuba, but I think my phone died and I said, okay, we're going to have to revisit this. So, hey, no better time than the present, right? So I got these questions for this is interactive. So if you all have comments or questions, you can chime in as well. Feel free. So I call these the parental interview questions. All right. So you want to say something to the people?
Hi, I'm glad to be here. It's a surprise to me too. She told me that I may be on the show tonight, but I'm glad to be here. I'm so happy tonight.
All right. Good deal. Okay. So first question is, what do you dislike about being a mother?
That is a tough question.
That's a tough question.
It is for me because there are times when I dislike being a mother when it comes to uh, sometimes it has come to disciplinarian actions, but I know that I have to try to set a good example for my two daughters, and
Mm-hmm.
I've tried to. Not that any one of us is perfect or does the right thing all the time, but um, I can't really say that it's difficult. There are a lot of difficulties. It's not easy raising children, but I want to be the best that I could be so that I can set a great example. So um, I hope that they will take lead from what I've done right, and that they'll realize that I am human and I make mistakes and plenty of them, and I
Mm.
have over the
You make
years.
mistakes?
Plenty, plenty.
Mm.
But I do have a strong faith in God, and I know that He wants me to be the best that I could be and to represent Him.
All
So
right.
I try my best to do that.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Second question. What's your favorite thing about being a mother?
Love. I just love my children, and I hope they love me in return. So my favorite thing is just being with them and having them here, being able to see them. Sometimes I've taken it for granted, and I don't want to because it is just a blessing to have both of them here and being able to just talk and laugh and have fun together.
Mm-hmm. 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 Okay, cool. Um, so for those of you all who don't know, my mom gets super excited when I come to Miami. Super excited. I almost don't even like to tell her because it's like she's like constantly like, what time you leave? Where you at now? How long before you get here?
I
So She tries to be calm and cool, but yeah, she gets really excited about it all. Really excited. Hey, Gerald. Hey, Princess. Good evening. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for being on. So, again, this is real impromptu. Didn't promote it at all. I actually was talking myself out of doing it, but I thought, hey, why not? Let's do it. Let's go for it. All right. Third question. Who's your favorite child?
As I've told her before, the one I'm with.
The one you're with whenever you're with them.
That's right.
So what happens when you with both of us?
Both of them.
See. Look.
They're completely different.
D
children.
said he is your favorite child.
Okay. My favorite boy, man child.
Right. All right. How important is religion in raising children?
You know, religion is important, but faith is more important.
Okay.
And my faith in God and my faith in Jesus Christ is more important than a religion, because the relationship you have with God is so important. It's so vital. And to show that to your children and pray that and teach them to have that relationship with God. Because I often tell my youngest daughter, especially, you know, I'm not always going to be here, but God will always be here. The Lord Jesus Christ will always be with you, even when I'm not.
Okay. So as it relates to religion, but you said faith, right? Faith is faith. Okay.
And my relationship with God.
Okay. So faith in your relationship with God. Tell me, just expound a little bit more in terms of the impact or the importance that has in raising children.
The importance that it has on raising children is to give them hope and to let them know that there is a supreme being that has created us and that has a plan for us in our life, even before we're born. But also to know that you're not by yourself, you're not alone in this world, no matter where you are, and that God will see you through everything and every situation that you go through. And He already knows what your life is planned to be. Even when we don't and we're trying to figure it out, we can't figure it out. Only God knows what's going to happen in our life from beginning to end.
Okay. Y'all, I didn't coach her. Okay. I did let her look at the questions in advance, which I should not have done because I think she kind of, was working it out. I like organic, but she's doing good. She's doing good. All right. Next question is, if you could have one wish for me, what would it be?
One wish for you would be that you find a partner that you are happy being with or enjoy being with, as I have with my husband after 54 years of marriage and knowing each other for maybe 56 years, but that you would find someone that you really, really can share life with. And it is possible, and it is never too late.
All right. Did y'all hear that? 54 years. That's a long time. 54. Whew, that's a long time. Anyway, okay. So that's your wish for me. What's your wish for Shay?
Wow. My wish for Shay is that she learns some more life lessons, but is able to not second guess herself too much and know that the Lord is with her and her husband and her children, and that they can blend together as parents, as partners for the rest of their life.
Okay. What do you know now that you wish that you knew at my age?
I wish that I knew that everything's going to work out, because everything is going to work out, whether you know it or not. Um, if you do believe in God and that you trust in Him, it'll
Mhm.
all work out.
Okay.
I do believe that.
So you didn't know that at 51?
I knew it somewhat, but now that I'm
Now that you what?
now that I'm 75,
75, y'all.
I know it better
You know it
because it
better.
has worked out.
Okay.
hmm And
Okay.
it's no need to worry about it. Just don't worry so much, and not second guess yourself, and not be depending on yourself or someone else to either make you happy or to do the things that God can do, because only He can do it. No human being can do it.
Mm.
You have to depend on Him and know that He will.
Okay. I heard that. Yes, ma'am. What is something that you would have never imagined seeing that you are seeing today in 2021?
I think that I, as a, well, when I was younger, I was a fashion designer,
Mm-hmm.
and I never thought I'd see such success with young Black people as I have recently. For instance, um, to have um, some of the stars of today have their own fashion line and be so successful in many areas
Mm-hmm.
of their lives. Like, say, a Beyonce, she has a fashion line. She has a career in more than just her profession, but the avenues and the opportunities for younger Black people
Mm-hmm.
to be successful in many areas is just something I'm so proud to see and so happy to see. Also, I could not have imagined when I was young that there would have been a Black president
Mm-hmm.
and a female Black president, vice president.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these are things that were unimaginable when I was growing up with the civil rights era, and even before hearing about slavery and all.
Mm-hmm.
I just never thought I'd see it, but I'm so thrilled to see it.
Okay.
And it's, anything is possible with the Lord.
Mm-hmm. What is the scariest part? What was the scariest part about being a child growing up? Now I know that's relative for you because you. She kind of scary, y'all.
I am.
She
I was
real
scary.
scary. She real scary.
I was scary because
Listen,
you
I
know what?
I had to fight against the scariness growing up because she tried to instill the scariness in me, and I refused to. I refuse to bow down to it. Like I'm gonna jump out there because I'm not trying to live my life being scared all the time. So
Well, you know what? I was like the fourth child. I had two brothers that were older and a sister. My sister was the oldest. And with them, I watched what they did, and I watched how they were disciplined. And I think scariness was when I saw my father actually discipline my brothers by spanking them once, hitting them, and I was
you better tell the story. Stop.
I was looking in Philadelphia. That's where I was born. I was looking through the railings on the stairway, and I saw my father take what they used to call a cat and nine tail, and it was like a wire that he was an electrician. So he took that, and he wasn't brutal where he beat them constantly, but two lashes did I see him hit them, and I promise, oh no, he'll never beat me. He'll never no. I won't ever have that happen to me. So he put the fear of God in me. I was afraid of my parents, both of them, not because they were brutal by no means, but because I saw that he disciplined them that way. And he only did it once. That's the only time I've ever seen my father hit my brothers. But
Mm-hmm.
they were accused of doing something, and I said, I won't tell a lie to them. I won't do this. So it's been, I've been afraid of things. And another thing I can remember as a child, learning how to skate.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to hit the pavement in Philadelphia. It was cold all the time, but my friends knew how to skate. And I didn't have a brother. I had a brother 5 years older than me, and he was so busy trying to be a man, his own man and all that. He didn't take time with me to teach me, to hold my hand maybe and help me through skating or riding a bike. So I never learned those things. But all the girly things I could think of, like crocheting and knitting and something hopscotch I played and jacks. Those kind of things came fun and natural to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I learned to be afraid of parents. And I think sometimes that children do need to be more fearful of their parents, because I think they would be um, wiser in knowing that their parents are to be respected, and to
Mm-hmm.
be loved. But and then they wouldn't have to go through some of the things that they go through, and the drive-by shootings and the crime that's happening now, because they don't have the fear of their parents. Of course, the fear of God, but the fear of the parents, because parents are the teachers, their first teachers. So
Mm-hmm.
that, if you could say I'm fearful, yes. And I always want things to go well, but they don't always go well. And I have no control over it many times. So
Mm-hmm.
I've learned that it's not good to fear. God doesn't want us to be fearful. So I've grown out of it some, but I still am cautious, I should say.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you are. But it's all
And I'm
good.
glad she's braver than I
I try to be.
am.
Let me give a shout out to Ozzy. He said, "Hey Nicole and Mama, happy Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving, Ozzy." Ozzy was on the show on Monday for Man Up Monday. Appreciate you, Ozzy, for tuning in. All right, so that was so. Did you answer my question? Wait a minute.
What was your
What
question?
was the scariest part about being a child growing up? The scariest part.
Other than that, I can't.
So fear your dad.
Fear of dad and mom disciplined me,
Uh huh.
but again, it was not because some of the thing a thing that I did, and what I did at that time was I was always curious about fire. So I took a candle when mama went out and my brother was there taking care of me.
Mm-hmm.
I took a candle, but I was so cautious that I took it to the bathtub
Uh-huh.
and I lit the candle, and the red candle, of course, it spilled. So when my mom came home, I thought I had cleaned it up, but I didn't. So
Mm-hmm.
when I came home, she asked, "What happened? Who had a candle?" And nothing happened. I didn't cause the place to burn up or anything, but she saw it, and I told a lie. I
Mm.
said, "I don't know what happened, Mama." And I could have, I'm the only one that would have done that probably. So she knew that I had, and she spanked me, and she said, "I'm not spanking you because you did it, I'm spanking you because you lied." So I think the scariest thing was to tell my mom a lie,
Okay.
and my dad a lie.
All
I tried not to. I'm not going to say I didn't, but I tried not to.
right.
Miss Goody
Mm-hmm.
Two Shoes here, trying to be.
That would be her. All right. Um, what are some things you wish you taught me differently?
Wow, Nicole.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's a good one.
I'm over here. What are some things you wish you taught me differently?
That's a good question. You
Uh-huh.
asked this before?
I did.
I don't remember it.
I think my phone died.
um, Maybe I didn't teach you, but you learned it on your own, that you could do anything and be anything you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've ever said that to you, but I had high hopes for you,
Uh-huh.
and you proved it to me, because even in high school, I think you were more outgoing than I was.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I loved doing the things I did, I think that had I taught you that you could do anything you can possibly do,
Mm-hmm.
you would have maybe learned it sooner or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But I think you're doing some things that I never expected. So
Okay.
I can't say that I if I didn't teach it to you, I tried to give you the wherewithal to experience it, like going to college and graduating from
Mm-hmm.
college and those type things.
You definitely did that. Thank you. Okay. What's the hardest challenge you faced in life?
Overall, I think maybe marriage.
Mm,
You know,
54
we
years
got
is a
married in
long time.
1967. I often think, did we really know what we were doing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was talking to my sister and my brother in law on the phone because we didn't live near them. And they said to me, "You getting married? You haven't seen the world." And I didn't know what that meant. I had
Mm-hmm.
no idea what they were talking about.
Uh-huh.
And my mother encouraged me, you should get married by a certain age. And back in those days, a woman's place was different from what her place is now. So my mother was saying, you need to get married. I was 21, and she said, maybe before 25, because if you don't, then you're old maid and all this. And then my
Old maid.
an old maid, she said. So I was like, oh, what is that? I don't know what is she talking about, but I listened to her.
All right.
So I did fall in love with my husband, and we planned to get married, but we didn't know what we were doing. I mean, as far as I had a storybook uh, feeling in mind or thought in mind that you get married and happily ever after, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not so easy. There's a lot of things that we learn together,
Right.
um, a lot of sacrifices,
Mm-hmm.
and yet through it all, we've we've made it. I think we're back. We're at another place in our lives. So it goes through stages, just like
Mm-hmm.
life. And now we're at the point where he takes care of me, I take care of him, and we're back to two again. We were two at first, and we didn't have a child for 2.5 years after we got married, and
Mm-hmm.
now we're back to where we were, but we learned a lot more, so we're able to deal with each other and really be there for each other. And it's
Mm-hmm.
so nice to have somebody to be with, that knows you for all of your life and make adjustments to one another so that we can exist and live happily. And it's not that it's happy all the time, but it's happier even than it was before, even if it's different now. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, that's all my written questions. I'm gonna open it up for anybody out there that has some questions for the um, 54-year married woman here, the mother, the wife. What's been the best thing about your life?
Having a person that my mate, my husband, he's a good person. It
Mm-hmm.
took me a while to understand that he doesn't talk much, but as I recall, and I talk to other people about marriage and about life, I say, I prayed for my husband. I prayed for the right one after meeting different people in my life, even though it wasn't a long, I didn't court a long, long time, but I prayed for the right guy. I said, Lord, please give me the right person after dealing with someone and breaking up with them and finding out they weren't sincere. But I prayed for my husband,
Mm-hmm.
and I realized it much later in life, even though I thought it was, like you just fall in love and that's it. I did. I prayed for him and I got the right person
Okay.
because after all these years,
Now
he's got to be.
you said you didn't court for a long time. What's not a long time?
Well, I would say this. Maybe my first boyfriend was like at 15.
Oh, I thought you meant when you talk about
Oh,
courting with daddy.
no, we courted for about 2 years, but he was in the
Okay.
service at
Mm-hmm.
Homestead, and
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to school,
Mm-hmm.
getting my degree, and then we got married after he got out of the service and came back to Miami and found a job.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as courting for years and years, or meeting people and in and out of relationships, it wasn't a long time. But after having dealt with different people, I realized that I needed to ask God for the right person. So I did,
Mm-hmm.
and here we are.
Okay. So since you are talking about marriage, what do you feel like is the secret to a successful marriage?
Paying attention to details, um, little details.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter taught me something. She said to me once, because I used to talk about daddy to her, and I'd say so and so and so. And she said to me once, she said, Mama, daddy really listens to you. I'm like, he does? She said, yeah, because something you told me,
Hey,
he
Christine.
tells me the same thing. And he does listen to details. I mean, small details, things that I don't think he's paying attention to, and he
Mm-hmm.
is, and he shows it to me, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
wow. And he's consistent. Like, say if we have a disagreement, he still does what he does. Things that he does, he doesn't stop because he's upset or angry or whatever. He
Mm-hmm.
still does it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he he's just a good person, and
Uh-huh.
he does love me. I realize that, and I
So,
love him too.
oh, look at that. Look at the black love. I love it. Okay, so wait, what was the secret to the success? You said paying attention.
Being attentive to your mate. It
Okay.
may not be that you can grant all the wishes or whatever, but some of those little things mean a lot. Like, he might go to the store and buy something that I like because I like it. And most of all, let me tell you this too: the cards. He may not say much, but he knows how to pick a card for your anniversary, for your birthday, and
Uh-huh.
it says just what like, wow, this is really deep. And
Okay.
also, I noticed that in his music because he loves to play music.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I just sit and listen to what he plays
Uh-huh.
and the messages in those music in that
Mm.
music. It touches me. I'm like, oh, that's what he's thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Without him saying so much, he just shows it. He's consistently showing it.
Mm-hmm. Ozzy said listening is always a plus too. Is that
Yes,
important?
very important.
Okay.
Very,
Mm-hmm.
very important.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. So paying attention, listening, anything else?
Loving the person in spite of some of the things that you may or may not like,
Mm-hmm.
and not trying to change a person,
Mm.
but maybe showing them how something can be done a different way.
Okay.
And it's not to change the person, because a lot of us go into a relationship and think, oh well, so and so is like this, but I know I could change his mind or her mind, and I know
Mm-hmm.
I could make her do so and so.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes there's that, the bucking, because we've been raised differently. I mean,
Right.
our backgrounds are different. All of our backgrounds are different.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to be willing to do it, but with the grace of God, by asking Him what's the right way to do it, and what's the right way to show Him. For instance, I mean, I go to church faithfully. My husband is born and raised in the church, and he doesn't choose to go. But I see him reading the Bible, reading daily word now, more so than I saw in the past. But I just stick to it, and I ask God. I pray for him, and I ask God to show him the way. He knows it. He has a foundation.
Mm-hmm.
So that foundation may even be stronger than mine,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't harp on it. I don't nag. I don't like a nag, and I don't want to be a nagger. So I tend to just try to show by example again, and you know that
So,
does.
thank you, Chica. So, Christique said, "Hey, Beverly. Christique said, I'm loving hearing you speak well of your husband, Mrs. Everett. And so I just want to speak to that because we've been living, well, they've been living because I left in 88, but my parents have been living in this house since 74.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the first black families on the block, if I'm not mistaken. We probably were the first black family on the block. So there have been families from, so back in the 80s, there was a family from Puerto Rico, from Jamaica, from the Bahamas, from Cayman. I mean, it was the United Nations over here. Okay. And we were real like close with our neighbors. I mean, I could go to one house and eat roast con pollo, to the house next to that and eat curry goat, to the house next to that and eat conch and coconut candy. You know what I'm saying? So it was the Caribbean up in here, okay? And we have Bahamian roots ourselves. But I believe that their marriage impact the children in the neighborhood. And not that the other families weren't married, but that's a testament to your union,
right?
And to have an impact, to hear maybe of Shelly, for instance, who was a neighbor who lived across the street, talk about you being a role model, or seeing
us doing things together.
You and Dad doing things together, or doing things with me or with Shay or what have you, and the impact that it had on them. So I'm glad you mentioned that, Christique, because we need to hear couples speak well about their mates, their spouses. Right. We need to see couples that are loving and that get along well and that have family outings and do things together in a positive way. So thank you for that.
You're welcome. Yes, children, they're adults, but they've come back to the neighborhood. Still happy to see that we're here. We're kind of established here so long, and just say great things about us, and that they're glad we're still here, and we're glad to be here too.
Yes, 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 yes. All right, so again, I'm opening up. Y'all have any questions for Mrs. Everett here, who is talking about marriage and
family
life and relationship and faith? And you have any questions for me? Look, I put her on the spot. She wasn't ready for that.
No, but I want to say this. When I go to Tallahassee, I am beaming. My daughter, I just am so proud of her. And she too, I prayed for over and over again, and that she do what God wants her to do. And I think this is her calling. I know it is.
Well, thank you, Chica.
So I thank God for the Tallahassee community that has embraced her, and she embraces them. And I'm just so thrilled. Glad to be on the program. Glad to have a daughter like she is, and like my daughter Shayla too. She's a wonderful young lady too.
Thank you, Chica.
We are blessed.
We are very blessed. Very blessed. Very blessed. Very blessed. So as it relates to, now, you had all girls.
Yes.
And your girls had all boys.
Yes.
So tell me about those grands.
We are thrilled to have a grandson who's 30.
I know, right?
And then we also have two new grandsons. They're 2 and 3 years old. And we didn't have the opportunity to be around Jabari, our oldest, as much as we are these two little ones. And who knew at this age we would be babysitting for, just enjoying these little ones. They are just a joy. And now I know what my friends who have had little ones under them, around them more, how much they love these kids. I tell you.
The CJs.
Yes, the
The
CJs.
CJs. I have a new name for them today, the Two Live Crew, because they are all the way live.
They
Okay,
are.
all the way live. Don't want to take a nap, fight and sleep, and just everywhere.
Everywhere.
Want to see everything that you're doing. So,
And repeat what you say
oh my gosh.
and remind you of what you promised. One of them,
Hmm.
the oldest one, his name is Kai, and he said he went outside, he saw the police car, he recognizes every car symbol there is. If you put a car symbol in front of him, he could tell you whether it's a Toyota, a Lamborghini, a Bentley, you name it, he knows it.
He does.
And he went outside, he saw a police car, and he said to me, "Oh, I saw the policeman, I saw the car." He said, "I want to take a walk," because sometimes we take a walk around the neighborhood. I need it. And it gives them a chance to see our neighborhood. And he would not forget that we're going for a walk. So we had to take that walk, and I'm glad he does remember. And he's just so, it's a joy to see such a 3-year-old that can do the things that he does. He also reads well, and that's a thrill for me to see that.
At
So
3.
at 3, he can
Mhm.
read sentences, and then the little one, he's a joy. He's a rough, tough little boy. So we've had girls, and he didn't know what a little rough, tough, and there's a lot more to come, I'm sure. I just hope and pray that we're around long enough to see them grow up to be fine young men,
Mhm.
and it's just wonderful. So this is the right time. God makes no mistakes. He doesn't.
Indeed, indeed,
Yeah.
indeed. Okay,
So
good deal.
they're
Good
the
deal.
joys of our life, as our daughters are too. So I
Mhm.
had all three, well, the two boys and the two girls. I look forward to Christmas having all of them together.
Yes,
Jabari as well.
yes, yes, yes. So tomorrow's Thanksgiving. We are cooking up a whole bunch of stuff
Yes, we
as
are.
usual. Um, what's your favorite thing about this time of year?
This is my favorite holiday
Okay.
in that we just get together and we share food, and we also play games, and we just enjoy each other. It's just nothing like it. My
Mhm.
favorite is Thanksgiving. It
Okay.
really is.
Favorite dish?
Um, wow, the whole dinner.
The whole dinner. Uh-huh.
Whatever we come up with. And well, I love seafood. We're not gonna have that so much this Thanksgiving, but for Christmas we probably will,
Uh-huh.
as we have. But I like turkey. I like the dressing and all of collard greens, especially, and everything that we have related to the
Nice.
Thanksgiving dinner that we're used to.
Nice, nice, nice. I got to give a shout out to E. Emmanuel is checking us out. He said, "This is nice. My wife and I are watching. Happy Thanksgiving, E. Thanks for tuning in. Try not to eat too much. Well, go ahead. It's Thanksgiving. Go ahead. Eat as much as you like." All right. We got Joy on the line. Hey, Joy. She said, "Hey, Mama Everett. Happy blessed Thanksgiving to you all. Appreciate it." So Shay is asking, what games are we playing tomorrow? I don't know, but we need to figure that
We have
out
some.
like ASAP. So we got like 10 people on here. So what y'all cooking? Put in the comments. Let us know. What y'all cooking? What y'all eating? What's your favorite dish? Let us know. We want to hear from you. This is interactive. We want to know. And if you're not cooking, where you going? Maybe somebody invited you to eat somewhere to take part in their meal, their festivities. I know there are a couple of free meal giveaways tomorrow in Tallahassee. So I think both of those are at 11 a.m. I did post them in my stories. So check those out if you need a place in Tallahassee to go eat. Okay, they chiming in right now.
Yes.
Cousin Tracy said, "Hey, cuz, Barbara and I watching. Hey, y'all.
Hey,
All right.
great.
Good to see y'all. All right. Okay, Christine got the vegan
Yes.
cornbread stuffing. All right. That's with that applesauce without the eggs, Christine. Is that what
Oh,
you're telling me? Let me know. Let me know. Save me, put me some to the side so I can get some when I come back. All right.
jerk
Bev is
chicken.
doing jerk chicken. Yes, mac and cheese, roasted chicken. Okay. Y'all cooking up something. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, this is one of my favorites as well because
Mhm.
I enjoy, I think most, well, one of the things that I enjoy most is us cooking
Together.
together. So, we're
Me too.
in the kitchen, talking, singing, whatever. Just enjoying the moments,
Music.
watching the parade,
Yes.
just enjoying the moments. All right. E said, too late. My wife got everything prepped. Seafood dressing.
Oh, that sounds good.
Turkey, mac and cheese, collard greens, and trout. Trout. Oh,
Oh,
corn
nice.
crabs casserole and potato. Nice. Love it.
Wow, that sounds great.
Okay, Ozzy said, I'm tasked to make lamb. Ooh,
Ooh.
okay, fancy. All right, and E said, what else? Potato salad.
Mm.
Okay, nice, 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 nice. All right, well, sounds like y'all gonna have a good time. Good time, good time. So, um, if I decide to stay in Tallahassee, I know where I can go. And if I decide to come to Virginia, because both Ozzy and Bev are in Virginia, I know where I can go because they cooking it up.
Yes.
Yes, they are
Wow.
cooking it up. Cool, good deal. Well, we don't want to stay on here long because I got to get
We
back to
have to
cooking.
cook.
But I did want to take a moment to, you know, present these questions again and introduce the peoples to you.
Thank you. Good to
Yeah.
meet you all.
My pleasure, my pleasure, my pleasure. Okay, Bev said, "Come on down." All right, Bev, we may take you up on that and come down to or come up to the VA one day, one holiday, and,
Mhm.
and and partake of your great cooking. I know you're a good cook because I've had your food before, Beverly, and you know how to put down on those groceries. All right. So yeah, we got to get back to it, but we want to wish you all a very, very happy Thanksgiving. This is all about spending time with family, friends, loved ones, and just being grateful for who we have, what we have, and making the most of the moment. So, encouraging you all to do so. Listen, record your people. Okay, record your people, record your elders. This is one of the things I do. I get my phone, I put it on record, and on the slide, get them to tell me stories about their first memory or when they met their spouse or a time when they were little, when they were scared or that they were happy or what have you. Record your people. That's all I got to say. Record them. Even if you can't video record them, audio record them.
Mhm.
You will be so
Happy.
enriched that you got those stories and are able to hear them, you know, over and over again. So take this time while you can and record your folks. All right. We love you. And
Happy Thanksgiving.
happy Thanksgiving. Oh, look, D said he sees a series coming. Look, I'm with it. Let's make it happen, cousin. Let's make it happen. Listen, I love it. I love it. All right. Y'all take care. Be blessed. And God willing, we will see you next week for Man Up Monday and What Women Want Wednesday.
Bye.
Love y'all. Peace.
Peace.